Hello, hello, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel, reading some angel cards for you for the week starting November the 30th through to December the 6th, 2020. So we have a Gemini full moon on Monday. So full moons are traditionally a time of release, of letting something go, but also a time of harvesting. The ancient people used to use the full moon as a time to reap what they'd sown, really, to harvest the crops. So in some ways it can be a time of losing something, but it could also be a time of gaining something, and sometimes those two things go hand in hand. So it may be around you needing to let go of something, or maybe if you've been working on a particular goal that you set 6 months ago with the Gemini new moon, which would have been back in May, June, you may be harvesting some results from that. Gemini is a sign of communication, ideas, very quick-witted, the sign of the hands, the sign of did I say communication? That's a big one. Socialization is another one, very social sign. So, I mean, it could be around letting go of perhaps a social network that is taking more from you than what you're getting out of it. I'm just throwing out examples here. Or maybe it's a time of, getting some sort of breakthrough in a communication issue that you've been working on. Perhaps if you've been trying to work on expressing yourself more clearly, more confidently or something like that. So I have to admit, I started recording this video before and then I was interrupted by a phone call. So this is I got about halfway through the week and the phone rang, which means that I have already drawn the first few days already. So you will not see me shuffling, but here we go while I talk this through again. Monday's card is giving birth. Fantastic sign here. Yes, of course, it could be literal if you are actually having a baby, or you're thinking about having a baby. Fertility is on your mind in some way. This could be some lovely validation or confirmation for you. But for most of you, it'll be a metaphoric message. So if you have a dream that you are pregnant or you're having a baby, it's about something you're bringing forth into the world, something new, a new chapter starting. So if you think about it like that, and you look at the fact that on this card, there is a human, an adult, inside this egg, not a baby. So it could be a new side of you that is coming out to the world. If you are in a process of transformation, which Scorpio season would have been a great time to do that. We're now in Sagittarius season. But certainly transformation is, well, for many of us, it's been part of what 2020 is all about, because so many aspects of the way we used to live have been taken away from us. We've been forced to reinvent ourselves, to adapt and find new ways to step up. And so if you're planning to launch something like a new business, a new project, this is certainly a good time to be doing that. And so I think that the fact that the moon's on here and that the bird here, which is all about freedom, it could be a dove perhaps, in which case peace, something giving you peace, this new chapter that you're starting. I'm just throwing out ideas here. Of course, you must take the message that resonates with you. And Tuesday's card was Green Tara, start delegating. So there are many Taras and they are part of Eastern disciplines. And this particular message is about the way we interact with others, and whether we're willing to let them support us, be with us, or whether we are wanting to try and handle things all on our own and exhaust ourselves in the process and then go, I don't know how this happened, when in fact often we do. We cause the problem by not letting other people help us. So literally you could be needing to delegate. Why are you trying to do every aspect of the house yourself? Delegate it, get in a cleaner, get ways to get your family involved. You don't have to do everything yourself. And putting on my energy healer hat, it is worth delving deeper into going, why am I trying to do everything myself? Because often it is about control, people needing to feel like they are the ones who are in charge of everything, so they can feel safe. There's often anxiety underneath that, and they feel like if they're controlling everything, they can make sure that they can eliminate the risks of things going wrong, and that's the only way they feel safe. So it is worth asking yourself some bigger questions about why am I trying to make sure everything happens my way? Why am I feeling like I can't trust other people? I can't hand over control? The other thing with this one is there can be people who have they've forged their sense of identity on the idea of helping everybody else, and they're unwilling to let anybody help them because it feels like that would be too vulnerable for them. So there are lots of questions to ask yourself if you are putting out resistance to the idea of asking people for help. accepting help or sharing the load. Wednesday's card is Shield Yourself. Comes up all the time, this message, because it's always relevant. We need to be really careful about the way we spend our time. Firstly, are we spending time with people who like to gossip and complain about other people to make themselves feel better? Are we spending time with people who want to be negative and cynical in order to make themselves feel like that there's no risk of being disappointed if they expect the worst? All those sort of questions to ask yourself, because those sorts of people are going to bring you down and really overload your energy with negativity, making it harder for you to be optimistic about the future and to want to change. So now sometimes we don't have a choice about these people because we work with them. We're not allowed to put on headphones to block them out or whatever it is. So sometimes we need to call in some energetic support and shield ourselves. And it's very easy to do. Just ask Archangel Michael to place you in an energetic bubble. I do it every morning. Say to shield me from negative energy. Now, this doesn't mean you're not still going to be around negative people and still feel a bit around them. It just means you're not going to be taking on board those feelings. This is essential self-care for an empath. I cannot overstate this. You must do this every day if you are an empath. Sometimes people think that there's something it means they're really caring if they take on board other people's feelings, but honestly, it doesn't help other people for you to do this, and it doesn't help you either. So this isn't designed to stop you feeling what other people are feeling. It's designed to stop you taking on board and making those feelings your own, which serves no purpose at all and doesn't make you a good person at all. If it just means, because you're still a good person and still a really caring person if you're still feeling what people are feeling. If you take those emotions home, that's not really a mark of anything impressive or anything that's going to improve your self-worth in any way. It's just going to make you drained and exhausted and unable to support yourself and be there for the people who actually need you. So be really careful with this, shielding yourself, and I will explain this a lot more when I post this on my Instagram. So shuffling now for Thursday. Acceptance. So acceptance is a message about, it's not, sometimes people think this means surrender. It doesn't mean giving up on the things that you care about. It means giving up your resistance to forcing them to go the way you think they should go. So it's about not giving up, but giving in a way. So acceptance, one of the great things about acceptance is if you're trying to create some change in your life, you're trying to transform in some way, it's really important that you don't come from a place of resentment, that you come at it from a place of acceptance of what is and still wanting to change. So we need to have some acceptance for the way things are right now, instead of being in a state of aggression and hostility towards it in order to make change, because otherwise you're starting from that place of negativity, and it just doesn't, energetically, it doesn't work to attract better outcomes. So having some peace in your heart, even though you don't love where you're at, having some peace about it and going, this is not ideal, but it is what it is, and I'm going to change it now. That's a much more powerful place to manifest changes as part of the law of attraction. But if you're not trying to make any changes in your life right now, maybe this is just about accepting the thing that you're spending all your time blaming and complaining about. Some acceptance. It doesn't mean tolerating things that are not acceptable. It does not mean tolerating disrespectful behavior, for example. It means accepting that this is how it is, that person's not going to change, so you need to get yourself out of the situation. That's just an example. So that's Thursday, and shuffling now for Friday, the 4th of December. Oh, I love this message. Hathor, very strong Egyptian goddess here. I probably mispronounced that, but receptivity. So you don't have to be a genius to work out these two cards are closely related. Oh, actually it's a double up of the same card deck, which I don't normally do, but obviously that was needed. So this again is about receiving. So some beautiful feminine energy coming in here, the energy of receiving. We must allow ourselves to receive. We cannot be all give, because there's nothing left. And we fall apart. And also it means that we're energetically out of alignment, because nothing can flow through us. We're all on this side and not enough on this side, which means we're not going to get anything this way. if we don't allow the universe to support us, then we're really saying to the universe, we're making a statement about our self-worth. Even if that's not intentional, that's, you know, inadvertently what you're saying is, I don't deserve good things. I just want to concentrate on all the people around me and make sure they get good things, but not me. If you're not getting good things, how can you pass anything on? You need to be allowing yourself to receive love so that you can be a vessel of love to give more to other people. So really, really look at this opposition to having an equal balance of giving and receiving, an equal balance of letting yourself be supported by other people, because that's literally what we're here to do, is support each other. And if you're not willing to let people do that, how do you expect to grow? Your relationships can't deepen if you're never going to be vulnerable enough to allow people to help you. Now we have 2 cards here for Saturday. One is sweetness, which is a very straightforward message about enjoying your life, enjoying the sweetness of life. Could be anything there, for anything from delicious food and tea to, I don't know, passion, or, oh gosh, what's another sweet thing? Oh, I'm just so tempted to say retail therapy, and that's just not great, and in terms of the planet, not a great way to be enjoying sweetness. But there must be something small you can do that helps you enjoy your life. Spending time with your kids, something that you really love, a good book, a bubble bath. Look deeper is the second card, and this is all about going within, to ask yourself some questions. What's really going on here? Not jumping into things, really doing your research first and going, does this offer actually stack up, or does it just look good on paper? Is this person really who they say they are, or is my intuition, which is giving me a bit something's off here vibes, is that the thing I should be listening to? So really look at what's going on underneath the surface here. So these 2 messages don't seem to go together, I must admit, but maybe we have something on the surface and something underneath. So maybe we need to be walking in both camps right now, and that's absolutely okay. So shuffling for Sunday now, and I think that's the wrong card deck, so I'm going to go with this one. Something for everybody really with that selection. Nurture. This card always annoys me because there's a weird space in here. If you're a graphic designer or somebody who works in publishing, you'll share my dislike of this. But the card is nurture. It's the message of Archangel Gabriel, who of course is associated with children and with fertility. And so a number of different ways to look at this. I mentioned that we have a lot of feminine energy coming through in terms of receiving. Another aspect of feminine energy is nurturing other people, but also nurturing ourselves. So that's definitely something to think about. I talked before about the giving and the receiving. Are you nurturing the people around you but not nurturing yourself? Or are you nurturing yourself but not the people around you? Whatever's going on there. Or you're just completely too busy running around getting things done and not nurturing anybody. That's something to think about as well. And of course, can't go past the baby here as well in terms of that fertility message. So some strong messages here for people who are parents, who are wanting to be parents, some encouragement here and some reassurance that you're doing it right. So, and I don't know a single parent who doesn't need to hear that, quite frankly, because it is a hard job. Have I got enough cards here? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Yeah, I have. Okay, so as I mentioned, feminine energy really big in terms of giving and receiving. The giving is more of the masculine, and I'm not saying that that's only something men do, because no matter what gender you have, or if you identify with a gender at all, we all have masculine and feminine energy, and ideally we need to try and have a balance, because we move between the two throughout our days. But if we're out of balance, things can go a little bit off. So you might like to look at that. We also have messages around fertility, new beginnings, fresh starts as well, which is pretty welcome, I think. So that's it for the week. I think it's more than enough. I hope that's been helpful for you. Don't forget, if you're not already following me on Instagram, I do post each card each morning, and my account is at One Grounded Angel, ONE Grounded Angel, and my Facebook page is also called One Grounded Angel. You could also visit my website if you want more information on the work I do as an angel card reader and also as an energy healer to help people unpack the deeper issues that are going on for them, to help them really move forward in their lives in a sustainable way, to make changes that actually last in a sustainable. So that is available at www.onegroundedangel.com, and my email address is available on that page. Also, you can check out my bookings form there. And if you're wondering how you can work with me when you live on the other side of the world, do not worry, we have Zoom, and energy healing works incredibly well over distance because it's not tied to your physical location. Don't ask me how it works, but I know it works. I've been doing distance healings for a very long time and they're incredibly powerful. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back next week for one of the very last weeks of 2020, this roller coaster year, and we'll see what is ahead for us for the rest of the year. Thanks everybody, and have a great week.